Yeah, this one more, and then we will do other things, and then we'll watch other things. I have this much. I have this playlist, but you are free to add stuff to it. I have Punishing Grey Raven bosses here, as you can see, which are much shorter.
Hour.
Not hour. And then we have Let It Game It Out, Jontron, Necrit, and stuff like that. And Jeff Straff-Hayes. He's also another person I really like to watch.
What's up, everybody? This is the
Act Man.
And today, it looks like everyone agreed with all the things
Up on
I
the
said
camera
in my
adds
Diablo
10
4
pounds of
review.
soy.
I believe this
Yeah.
video has a 100% like ratio, and I just got to give props to YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube.
For all that. But
Thank
I'll
you.
be real, I'm very surprised with the reaction to that video. I'm happy with how it turned out and the conversations it sparked. So I figure, you know what? This review was a bit more controversial. So like my COD World War II
How long
review,
is the stream gonna go?
Until at the very least 3 hours more. Because after 3 hours mark, I have potentially collab with Soul Camera to do Punishing Grey Raven. But 3 hours, yeah, solidly.
let's do a throwback, okay?
Okay.
Let's take a look at some of the responses from Diablo fanboys.
I'm curious.
And oh boy.
Oh boy!
Oh,
We've got
boy.
some great takes. We've got some thoughtful rebuttals to points that I made. We've got really, really bad takes, some funny
Yep.
comments, and some truly unhinged opinions. There's going to be quite a bit of cope. Why do you keep...
Until the next stream or Theo falls asleep.
This stream is three more hours, and then there will be another stream of Punishing Grey Raven. That's going to be
more
probably... that's going to probably last 2 to 3 more hours. Like that.
calling D4 an RPG? You know it's not, right? It's a different genre. I'm struggling to take you seriously when you're making this mistake. Why do I keep calling Diablo 4 an RPG?
You don't need to watch them all. I don't plan on watching all night, just hanging out.
Yeah, I don't plan to. 3 more hours is what I go for. But considering is maximum is what I go for, is what I'm saying. I probably won't watch all of them either. I will do more reaction streams. I will do videos. I will keep the same playlist. I will do the videos as I go. But I tend to talk so much that I take incredibly long amount of time just to go through a single long video. Still, this confuses me. You confuse me, YouTube chatter. What the fuck do you mean it's not an RPG?
I like to see the talking as adding original content.
Yeah, same. I think people who react without react to videos by just sitting there and going do not really add anything original to the content. I personally prefer to pause and go on rants, wild rants in between actually listening to the video itself, because I also have my points to make, and I'm also a person with opinions. Back to the topic at hand. What the fuck do you mean Diablo 4 is not an RPG? Okay.
My favorite
guys-
reaction channels are the ones that pause and go back, because they always catch things I miss.
Yeah.
There are so many cool classes in the Diablo series.
Uh-huh.
Barbarian, Necromancer,
Uh-huh.
Sorcerer,
Uh-huh.
Druid. I wonder what sort of role I should play in this game.
I feel like people don't understand what the fuck RPG means. RPG, if you did not know, my dear internet chatter, is abbreviature for 3 words: role playing game. Any game where you play a role is an RPG. MMORPG is called massive multiplayer role-playing game. Our ERPG is a action role-playing game. Who'd have thought?
Yeah. Are you high right now?
I'm struggling to take you seriously when you're making this mistake on top of misalignment. How are you? Why do you keep calling D4 an RPG? It's no. So why? What genre it is then? What genre is this then? What do you call Diablo 4 other than an RPG? Yes, it's action, but it's an RPG, my dude.
What?
You've been spending too much time in a skooma den? Right. Diablo 4 isn't an RPG,
Mm-hmm.
guys, and Mario Kart isn't a racing game.
No, it's a first-person shooter, actually.
Yeah, sure thing, pal. Whatever you say.
Mm-hmm.
Gears of War is an educational Netflix documentary about climate change.
Yeah, no, you're incorrect. Gears of War is secretly about the political climate in the societies of the little goblins that they built underground. That's what it is about.
Got it. Great. Looks like you want to play an MMO instead.
Someone to play MMO instead of should me. It's okay. It's okay to like different stuffs. You compare Diablo to WoW so many freaking times. Okay. Getting back to the topic, I think Actman will say the same exact topic, because comparing two things where you play a character of a particular class trying to kill things to get better loot, to kill more things, ultimately I feel like the comparison between the two of them is valid, because both of them utilize the same mechanics, same general things.
The compare OSN is relevant because they are both from the same company.
Not only that, but they are also of similar fundamental design.
Instead of an ARPG, you compare Diablo to WoW so many freaking times.
Yes.
Compared these games because they're both made by Blizzard, they're both RPGs
Yeah.
that can be played for a long time with the end-term goal
Yeah, see, told you he was going to mention this too.
of obtaining the best loot.
Yeah.
So I compared the loot
Yeah.
and why I find grinding and playing WoW fun and not
Yeah.
D4. Your
Yeah.
point.
It has very basic flaw. You compare D4 to many single player games, but D4 is never an action. Period. It's in the mode, it's in its bones. So the solution to your critique is simple. Don't play. So is it an RPG? Is it a normal MMORPG? Is it not? Is it both? How is it that the entirety of the people who defend things in comments don't even have the same, like, not even like a same opinion? I don't want people to have the same opinion, but they don't even they make opposite points, and that somehow makes the game good. The fact that you don't even know the identity of the game you play.
It has a very basic flaw. Comparing D4 to many single-player games.
No, he didn't.
D4 is never an action RPG. It's an MMO.
It's literally called an ARPG. It's which translates to action RPG. If it was MMO, it would be called MMO.
In its bone.
What are you talking about?
So the solution to your critique is simple. Don't play MMOs.
People confuse me. People confuse me. People confuse me so much. People confuse me so fucking much, man. Oh, brother. Okay.
What genre of game this is?
Okay.
It's an RPG. No, it's an ARPG.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
an MMO.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to say is...
Not so fast, Act Man.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Me? I'm your sexy alter ego.
What is this?
Unlike your dumb virgin face, I actually get bitches. You know why? Because I like Diablo 4. But you know what I like even more than Diablo 4? The sponsor of today's video. Naraka Blade Point.
Actually, I wanted to try this game myself, so, yeah.
Naraka offers a unique spin on the classic Battle Royale format.
Hey, whenever I get my drive, I will try Naraka. It seems like a fun game.
And robust PvE content, focusing almost entirely on melee combat. Instead of hiding in a bathroom for 20 minutes like you work at Weenie Hut Juniors, you'll be
Fair.
engaging in fast-paced sword fights. And there's tons of different weapons to play around with, like daggers, katanas, long swords, great...
Yeah, I want to buy. I want to get it when I get the drive, the drive space for it. Have been struggling with space.
Naraka, it is free now.
It is free now. I want to get. As soon as I get space for big games, I'm gonna be back to playing big games. Baldur's Gate 3. That's another game I want to play. I want to play Naraka. I want to play Sea of Thieves sometimes as well. get people to play it. There's several games like I want to play, but I just do not have the space for at the moment.
Great swords and more. It's also not mindless button mashing, as all three types of moves have a counter. So playing around these moves and knowing when to parry, when to charge your attack, or strike quickly is essential. Naraka is now free to play, and they are celebrating the 2-year
it was already free to play
anniversary with over 20 million players to date.
Uh-huh.
Check it out. Look, that's me. I'm in the game.
You're
Naraka
not.
is also available on all major platforms. So go play it today. Download Naraka Blade Point using the link in the description and pinned comment.
Okay.
Thank you, Naraka, for sponsoring this video.
Cool beans.
Now for something completely different.
I love his transitions between the sponsor section.
Play on hot.
Show me your new mode 100 plus in HC and Uber and HC, then we talk. It's not is if not your opinion is suck. See chat, my opinion is suck. My opinion is suck. Actman did not, and he said the game is ease. Why did he not play HS since it's so easy? Company complains about difficulty yet refuses to play the actual difficult mode. Sums up the majority of gamers nowadays, unfortunately. You know, when a game is good, it allows you, it actually is hard, like, or at least it's consistently, it has a consistent difficulty curve. Not the difficulty curve of my, it's, okay, I almost said a very dark joke. Anyway, not the difficulty curve of American economy, where it was like nothing and then everything immediately, and then back to nothing. Like that's not how it should work. At least I think so. If you have a game, you should have a game give challenging, not challenging for like 30 hours and then suddenly fucking you in the ass.
I seeing 3 punctuation errors already.
Yeah, I also seen lots of punctuation errors. Like these people, the thing about them is that they also do not know how to write English sometimes for some reason. It's a defining trait.
Hardcore, and you picked Druid. You couldn't even make.
I can't take his point seriously if he only reached under level 50 and did not try World Tier 3 and 4 and did not even try Nightmare Dungeon. He has no clue of the difficulty the game can
should
reach.
Be challenging, chill, challenging, in a steady pattern.
Yeah, exactly. This game is whatever. Lemafao, you casual scrub. You need to play on at least World Tier 3. Diablo 4 starts to get fun and challenging after you beat the game. And reach level 50, Lemao casual. He wrote casual first time wrong, but the second time right. My dude, the phrase, the game starts to get fun after you beat the game, means the game sucks. Maybe you should try getting that into your intellect.
Get to World Tier 3. And I have expected this to be.
Dang, this is a very strong opinion coming from someone with 0 Diablo videos and a sponsored video topic for a trending topic. But surely made it to endgame. Care to post a video of your level 100, or did you just repeat things you've heard other YouTubers said in the echo chamber? Okay.
We made some mistakes in the heat of passion.
Yeah, it's fair. I know. I'd also make. It's just weird that the person wrote first time wrong and second time right, the same word in the 2-sentence message, because usually when you write a message, it highlights when you wrote it wrong. Usually, on PC and on mobile too. So I don't understand it. Anyway, the problem with this review is that Ackman approaches D4 as a casual ARPG player. But then again, I thought D4 was supposed to be tailored to the casual ARPG player, which not only leaves Diablo in a weird place as an RPG, but it also leaves it in a weird place as an ARPG. Yeah, that's an interesting comment there. That's fair, because it's a very weird place. It's not good enough for not casuals. It's not good enough for casuals. Who's it good for then? But this one is, what do you mean? He didn't talk about the end game in his video at all. Why are you saying like he needed to end game? What did he say wrong?
Be your first Diablo.
Okay.
This is by far the
Okay, that's fair.
worst game review I've ever heard.
But you have heard of me.
That's got to be.
Thanks for posting the video. I feel as good knowing I wasn't alone in feeling this way about Diablo. I think it's a generational thing because the newcomers, they are comers to gaming, don't know what it was like before. They have no reference. Yeah, fair. Okay, sure. Finally, a review that articulates actually what's actually wrong about this game. Cool. I had yet to see a Diablo 4 review that came this close to my personal experience. You literally nailed it. Yeah, most impressed. Yeah, sure.
Best game review I've ever seen.
So it would seem.
You are
a hater. Diablo bad? You are the bad guy to play it.
hater. Diablo bad? You are the bad guy to play it.
Okay, you know what? I kind of find it interesting how a lot of people in YouTube comments of big YouTube creators somehow start to devolve into NPCs the more it goes. Stop, you criminal scum! Just like, you bad, you play game, you bad. This is like same vibe.
Bro, why do you sound like Wirt?
Chamber Butcher, the From Scale Portal down the cast.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. You
doesn't matter. You still bought and supported Blizzard. You deserve a bad game. Yeah. People who complain about games and then they still buy it and pre-order it. You deserve this. This is what you paid to do to have. This is what you paid to get. Congratulations, you played yourself.
You still bought and supported Blizzard. You deserve a bad game. Well, at least this guy said the one thing we can all agree on.
Yep.
If it's so bad, why the hell you still playing it?
He isn't.
COD World War II is so bad.
Uh-huh.
Then why do you have a gameplay of you playing COD World War II on the background?
Uh-huh.
It's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one.
Yeah, I don't think they need to. He needs to say anything here. I don't think so. He need to.
They had to put level matching to make it easy enough for a game journalist to play.
Jesus. Yeah. Sure. Fair.
because World Tier 1
Yeah.
wasn't easy enough.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get into the good shit. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Can someone explain to me why it's okay to make reviews
Mm-hmm.
on stuff you have not experienced? How are you going to complain about the end game of Diablo 4 when World Tier 2 is the highest you have played?
Hello, Riptide Rampage. We need to watch we need to see your timestamp on the amount of video you watched. I would be very glad if YouTube finally implements the system where it showcases how much time into the video you posted the comments at, because that would showcase that you started the comments on the video exactly 0.5 seconds into the video, or maybe like, okay, 2 minutes in. He says Diablo bad 2 minutes in. You heard him say Diablo bad. Or maybe you didn't even hear that, and you immediately went and said that he shat on Diablo Endgame, where he did not talk about Endgame whatsoever. He did not talk about Endgame. How you complain about the Endgame? He didn't.
Can someone explain to me why it's okay to post comments on a video that you clearly didn't watch or listen to? I never criticized the endgame because I never played it.
Yep.
I criticized everything before it.
Yep.
And if I didn't enjoy what I played up to that point, then I ain't gonna enjoy the endgame.
The mentality of it's gonna get better 100 hours in is bullshit. And everyone who perpetuates that idea is effectively supporting bad game development cycle, where it's like, okay, it's gonna be like suck ass for 100 hours, and it's gonna take a real masochist to go through all of them because it's so bad. And then suddenly, after 100 hours, the developers remembered to give a shit.
If you don't like the dungeons in WoW, there's a pretty good chance you're not gonna like the raids.
Yep.
But here we are today, asking for changes and complaining on something you have not experienced. Don't publicly stand on your stage and give opinions on stuff you have never experienced. This whole video would be different if he actually got off Tutorial Island. Wait! I was stuck.
Tutorial Island? Tutorial Island. Tutorial Island. This whole thing is a tutorial island.
Tutorial Island is RuneScape reference.
I know it is. I know it is. I have an idea it is. But I'm just astonished that some people think the entire campaign, the entirety of the entire leveling system that leads to endgame is not the game. I am confused about that. I'm very confused about that. Very confused about that.
Stuck on Tutorial Island? I was playing RuneScape this whole time?
Yeah, see, he also made that reference.
This is one of the more baffling yet surprisingly common
Yeah.
takes you'll see from Diablo fanboys. Instead of like outright defending the quality of D4's campaign,
So you all know it's shit, but you're still gonna defend it and act like saying it's shit. It's defending the game. Okay. Fair enough.
Some MMO players say that RuneScape doesn't start until you are level 99. I think they're a little crazy.
A little crazy is not saying it. I think
campaign and content up to level 50, they just say
Is
"Well,
underselling
that's
it.
not a real game. You didn't experience the actual game.
if the game is called the end game, it's the end of the game that you skipped past. If the entirety of the game is bad compared to the thing called end game, the game itself is bad. Because percentage-wise, if the main bulk of the game is bad, the fact that the end game is good doesn't make the game less bad.
Okay, well, if that's true, and Diablo 4 does hold the Guinness World Record for longest video game tutorial at a whopping 30 hours...
30, 40, depending on how you go, I heard.
Then...
Sometimes 20 if you know life it.
Can I skip that shit?
Yeah,
Can I get
please.
to the real game that people keep telling me is so awesome?
It's funny to me too. I mean, it's strange to me too. But we talking about practice, man. We're not even...
MMOs even implemented a whole system where you can milk their players by selling skips of entire content swaths. Just entirety, just skip the story. Why don't you just skip the story? Skip the game. Skip the game. Pay us more money to have less content available. Because that is smart and very good. That is very good use of your money.
Talking about the game, the actual game, when it matters. We talking about practice.
Why do I have to suffer? Why do I have to go through all this bullshit then? Do you guys think this dude knows that he's actually agreeing with me and saying that everything leading up to the end game wasn't that great?
If he actually watched the video, he'd understand that he's making the same points, but somehow he says that the points he makes discredit Actman's points, which are the same points.
Well, he takes it a step further than I do. He's asserting that I haven't even experienced Diablo 4. This isn't even content to him. Why make a video about
this game? I didn't play Endgame at all, but it's shit game. Why make a video about something you didn't experience? Because clickbait. Shut the fuck up, Ballard. Endgame is the end of the game. I feel like I'm gonna repeat myself a lot in this particular reaction. Endgame means you reach the end of the game. Please understand the usage of words you are using. That is very important in English language.
you didn't even experience. Oh, because clickbait. You see what I'm saying? This is pure coke, dude. These people genuinely think Diablo 4's campaign is so boring, uninteresting, and irrelevant to the core of Diablo that in their mind, they don't even consider it to be an experience that the game offers. And
That's sad.
yet they're defending it.
Yeah.
It's opinions like these that make me want to host a tournament between Pokemon and Diablo fans to see which fan base has lowered their fucking expectations more. I don't know why you guys are trying to outdo each other, but holy god, with takes like these, the Diablo fans are pulling ahead.
Pulling ahead.
How down bad people were for Scarlet and Violet. You never saw someone come out with a hot take like, the gyms, the Elite Four, none of that stuff matters in a Pokemon title. That's not the real game. The real game starts at the Battle Tower. If you said that to a Pokemon fan, you would be strangled in your sleep.
Yeah.
We're talking about a campaign that has a story.
On the other hand, everyone who loved Scarlet and Violet used to forget the fact that there is a town in the game that is literally so boiled down to nothingness. They have it is basically just a Pokemon gym, a tower, and an arena.
Zepla HQ, Mtaki Capture, Arthars, Savix, Matsui Zikai, Asmongold, S0MC's FFX of YouTube's videos. YouTube's recommended me your streams.
Thank you for joining me, Kagami. This is a copy pasta, isn't it? Swear to God, this is a copy pasta. I now understand this is a copy pasta. You will not get me with it because this copy pasta happened already today. It already happened today. Fucking hell, man, dude. How did I even get got by it initially? I swear to God, I don't understand. My God.
The Observer is cool. He has strong bratting.
I have strong breading. Okay, sure.
We're talking about dungeons, side quests.
I meant branding. Although, his hair is also nice.
Thank you, Frederick.
Listen, we talking about practice.
Practice.
Not a game.
Not a game.
Not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game.
I
Not-
don't.
not the
I am
game that
so
I go out
infuriating
there
with this.
And die for, and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice?
One more. I'm not saying you're not allowed opinion. I'm saying public stand. You'd say this video would different if you actually get off tutorial on it.
We're talking about practice, man.
All this stuff that you experienced prior to level 50, it's in the game.
It's in the game.
So it matters.
It matters. It must matter. If it doesn't matter, it's bad game design. It's bad game design. And people who say it's not, or by saying it is, I feel like brand loyalty has become a cancer in this industry, where people defend staunchly everything that everything that the corporation blurt out.
If it doesn't matter, then that is the problem.
Yeah.
It's part of the experience. To try and pretend otherwise is just advocating for an objectively worse Diablo game for you and everybody else. And I don't know why.
And everyone is getting a worse Diablo game because of that. Because people still defend it.
Anybody would advocate for that unless they're not actually a fan of this series. If you agree with me that everything prior to the end game is bad, then stop defending it. Because you
The problem is that isn't brand loyalty instead of people loyalty. Ford Motor isn't Henry Ford.
Exactly. It's not Henry Ford. It's not. And Blizzard right now, it's not the Blizzard you grew up with. It's not. Most people who were at Blizzard left it long ago. Most people who made the game you loved left long ago. The corporation that controls the Blizzard right now, it's not what you loved at all. The fact that you are, I'm not going to use the nostalgia argument, because, yeah, obviously. But, like, I guess no, nostalgia argument is usable here, because currently Blizzard is bad. What once were was good. If people are nostalgic about it right now, that doesn't mean the fact that the nostalgia is clouding their brains. It means exactly that. It was good then for people, and now it's bad. And people who say the nostalgia clouds your brain are most likely people who were not there when it was good. So now they don't know what was good. And they think the bad is the good.
Deserve better.
The gamers really did change. That is the thing, because there's more gamers than there ever was now. It's more trendy to be a gamer. More people come from their classes, return home and play Fortnite. More people open their iPads and play mobile games. More people buy trendy new video games and say, oh, I bought Spider-Man, or I bought new StarCraft, or I bought like a new skin, like check it out, COD. It's not... There's so many new people that never knew exactly what good is. So standards are so low that they look at us, people who were there when games were good, and see us as old complainers that are not grateful for the amount of things you have to be able to do. That's what they do. That's what they see.
Diablo fans.
I remember when people looked at you like you were crazy if you played Pokemon over the age of 20.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't nearly as cool.
Now, that is kind of the norm.
Yeah, it was not cool to play these games. It was not cool to do these things. And gamer community had a tight-knit existence. We talked with in forums. We interacted with each other. We shared theories about the games. We posted guides that nobody fucking watched. So many people grew up on YouTubers that were posting gameplay channels that are still around, gameplay videos that were still around. Markiplier, PewDiePie. Well, PewDiePie is sort of not around anymore, but still, he was around for a long time. MatPat, a lot of those people, even on my side, on Russian side, there was like a guy named...
I were crazy one. They locked me in the room.
I know this meme. But yeah, it's just like, it was completely different landscape back then. People told the MMO that had, and get this, 10,000 players is amazing. It breaks records. 10,000 people. It broke records. Now you have millions, and people say the game is dying. But with quality, with the amount of people involved in the gaming, the overall age of gaming also lowered incredibly. And people who have been here when the gaming was good, they started dropping out because the gaming turned into another gambling machine or a job that people no longer enjoy, but they still somehow defend. Like big AAA live service games that never live up to their 10-year-old plan. Never. I have I have never seen a single live service game that was AAA that lived longer than 2 years. Never. Even though they all told about a 10-year-old plan or so, 10-year plan or something like that.
Bro, you will be secretly going to be playing season...
Bro, you will be secretly gonna be playing season 1. That doesn't make that sentence doesn't make sense.
This was clearly made 5 views. Yes, past me.
5 views.
Because your logic is off, and I'm a fan. So what? But doesn't change fact. Garbage.
You don't know WAF World War II is stare at liking World War II, then make that video. Why dare you?
Again, it's like poetry. So
Yeah.
they rhyme.
Again, no need to comment here.
Kind of rhymes with the last one.
No need to
Bro,
comment
I hate to
here.
burst your bubble, but I ain't gonna be playing season 1. Okay, I'm not going through the world record tutorial again. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
What I will be
No.
playing is Diablo 1 Beelzebub mod, cause holy tits, this shit is fucking awesome. Real quick, I'm gonna recommend this mod for anybody that wants to play a fun, challenging ARPG. Beelzebub mod has the style and gameplay of Diablo 1,
Yeah.
but with all the best innovations from D2. It also
Okay.
restores a bunch of cut content and quests.
That's
Let
cool.
me show you guys one of my favorite parts of it. Look, they added a stash to Diablo 1.
Oh.
Check this out. You get 50 tabs of storage right from the start.
50 tabs.
But Diablo 4 has a similar storage system, doesn't it?
Yeah, as someone who played Diablo 4, I could say the storage system is a sight to behold.
Anyways, campaign is easy. Nightmare Dungeons will actually test your build and skill. Diablo shouldn't be judged by its campaign.
That's so sad to say.
So I just want to make sure where these takes are coming from. I didn't play much Diablo 3, but from what I'm hearing, that game must have had the worst fucking campaign yet made by mankind.
It didn't exactly, but it was close. It was close to uninspiring. It was as close to uninspiring and boring as it could be, yeah.
Like, it sounds like it was so horrifically god-awful that it turned part of the fan base off to the idea of a campaign entirely.
No, because it's just people find the fact that the quantity of content in the game and automatically equated to quality for some reason. The bigger the game, the better. Even if the content is shallow as fuck, they don't have enough standards to know it's shallow as fuck. It's like at this point, it's just jiggling keys in front of a ADHD riddled child. He would have fun with it. He or she would have fun with it. Is it good time is it a good way to spend time? No, but they have fun with it, so I guess so.
Like, was it actually that bad? Or maybe you guys have spent far too much time in the end game. You've forgotten that there's a beginning and a middle game.
Yeah.
That what you're playing at one point had a story. Bro, everyone talks shit about all the different COD campaigns, but one thing we all agreed on was that Black Ops 4 should have had one. Why? If you don't care about anything but the end game, that's fine. But you have to acknowledge that other Diablo fans play these games for different reasons than you. Where is that fabled experience?
I play Diablo campaigns every year. D1 and 2, D2 have well-balanced and challenging campaigns when starting for level 1, D3 on Master. If the campaign is not the core of experience, then the game failed as a Diablo game in my eyes.
I replay Diablo games every year. If the campaign is not the core experience, then the game has failed as a Diablo game in my eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope. You're not supposed to play these games for the campaign.
Yeah.
Not allowed. We're shutting the doors on you. This is a gated community. You literally complain the game is too easy, yet when you encounter the first difficulty spike, you stop playing. More like Clown Man. These people don't even know that they're agreeing with me.
Yeah. I don't even know if I have anything to add here, really. Like, these people are just agreeing with him.
So we agree that the first difficulty spike happens after...
Every so-called defense is like, yeah, sure, you're right, but... Okay.
The game, right? That's a problem, dude. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You're wearing the clown mask too. Try playing the game after level 50. 75% of your complaints are moot right after the point where you stopped. So what you're saying is 75% of my complaints were valid up until the point I stopped. They don't know they're agreeing with me.
I just don't know.
Then stop defending it.
I just don't know. I just know.
Getting to the end game, making a review and thinking your opinion
matters.
Next time, actually play the game because you missed a ton of actual issues. What?
Oh man, this is how you defend the game. This is how you defend the game. You see. You don't even know how bad this game is, dude. You don't even know how bad this game is. You haven't even gotten to how bad this game is. You think your opinion matters? Well, think again. Your opinion doesn't matter because it's much worse than you actually say it is, dude. Okay. Okay, thank you. I have never been so validated by someone insulting me ever before.
The game is worse than I thought it was? There's some issues I didn't even notice? You guys are terrible at selling me on this endgame content. I don't know what type of sales strategy this is, but it's fucking awful.
It's amazing, Act Man. You don't understand. Don't understand. It's amazing. They're all secretly fans of Ashes of Creation. Oh no, what's it called? What's called the other ARPG that is very popular right now? Path of Exile, not Ashes of Creation. I was thinking about the MMO. Path of Exile. They're all secretly a fan of Path of Exile, so they want to sell you Path of Exile by defending Diablo 4. That is the secret master plan, Act Man.
I think you can provide a proper critique of D4 if you never played D3. So many things were already solved in D3 and they just completely ignored them when designing D4. It's embarrassing. Okay, so they solved problems in D3 and then reintroduced those problems in D4.
And somehow people think it's a good game. Cool!
Again, I have no idea how Blizzard managed to gaslight so many people
At this point, I'm just trying to gaslight myself into not installing Battle.net.
into agreeing that D4 is worse than previous titles, and then that is
I also was at this point in life. I just uninstalled it.
somehow acceptable. Bro has some pretty horrible takes. He didn't even make it to endgame and just played it as a story-driven game and not an ARPG. You guys legit have campaigns and stories that are on par with the best of StarCraft and Warcraft.
Yep.
On par with the best of Halo and Call of Duty. And you think that shit is unimportant?
That's dumb. You are fucking dumb.
You think that's irrelevant? What the fuck happened to the Diablo fan base? How could...
It became infested with people who don't give a shit about the quality of their product and just want to spend a lot of time mindlessly grinding in a game because that keeps their attention somehow. Reading is
They're
hard.
doing pyramid scheme right under our nose.
Yeah, exactly. This is just... They did the same bullshit. The same bullshit they did before. The same thing happened with Fallout 76, actually. Fallout 76, I played it before. It's in a fixed state. It's decent with friends. It's not that fun alone. You can... Building system is decent with friends. You have certain... If you place objectives to yourself, it's good, right? But it's not that engaging on its own. They had so much shit that happened that crossed over from Fallout 4 that they just refused to solve. That is just like that is just insane to me. That is like the biggest insanity to me. Not the bugs, not everything, because that's understandable. They can fix all of that shit, right? That's fair. But the insanity is how weirdly how many there was stuff from Fallout 4.
Arrive at that conclusion after Diablo 2. This is just insane to me. No wonder the games are so bad. You guys have no fucking standards whatsoever.
No standards.
The problem with this review is that Ackman approaches D4 as a casual ARPG player. But then again, I thought D4 was supposed to be tailored for the casual ARPG player, which not only leaves Diablo in a weird place as an RPG, but also an ARPG. Well, that's the thing, because I'm not a casual ARPG player. I'm a single-player enthusiast. I'm a lone wolf. I like to play solo and immerse myself in the world, the lore, and challenge. You know, I love Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2, Gauntlet Dark Legacy. You know, back in the day, you beat these games, and then they were over. So the only thing to do was play them again. And that's what I did. And that's what I do today.
I think he might touch on this, and I'm not sure. But exactly the opinion of people like Actman, who play a game repeatedly over the course of 20 years that has not been updated. He just played it repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again. I feel like you need to listen to opinion of those people more than casual fucking freaks who only play a single game for like half a year and then drop it forever and never remember it again and then move into another fad that is more interesting than the previous fad.
Hey, when I beat Diablo 2, I don't grind bail 100 times. I either play a new difficulty on the same character or start a new character entirely. But see, like, having said that, there's going to be Diablo fans that want to gatekeep the series from me because that's how I enjoy it and play it. Simply because I don't play it in the most hardcore way possible. So allow me to do a little gatekeeping of my own. I guarantee you, if some of these Diablo fanboys went back and played the...
Honestly, though, this is the most hardcore way to play, though, isn't it? This is the most hardcore way to play. If there's continuous content to enjoy or something like that, sure, it's not hardcore. You just do content as it goes, like casually. It's very casual, actually. If you repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over, that's more hardcore. If you like, people who play the same game are fucking hardcore, dude.
The first game, they would lose their fucking mind. Yeah, why don't you go back to the game where every time you open a chest, there's a 33% chance that it just explodes in your face for no reason? Yeah, go back and fight the zombies on level 5 that permanently reduce your HP every time you get hit. Yeah, go back and fight those guys with a melee build. Why don't you try clicking on a random shrine that fucks up your build and takes away your stats? Yeah, go back and experience that, then we can talk about gatekeeping. The goal of modern RPGs is generally to create a fake feeling of depth so that newer gamers and non-gamers think they are playing something epic.
Yep. it's all fucking set dressing. Ultimately, it's the same game, same RPG, same mechanics, same everything, dressed very pleasantly and with a shining new cover every time. That's basically it. They don't even change. They don't even change engines. I've recently watched a video that explained how COD worked. How COD games worked. They don't even change the engine for 20 plus years.
They know hardcore
They just use the modification of the same fucking engine.
gamers are going to grind it out and drop it. They also know if they can string casuals along with a system that seems deep but is actually shallow and simple, means they will play for
Also, the case is they need to overwhelm a person with the amount of things to do. And the more they are overwhelmed, the more they are confused into believing that this game actually has so much content to do, and then they want to do everything at once they don't stop and wonder why the game why every single piece of content they actually did get to is so quick and uninspiring and uninteresting.
literally ever. Couldn't have said it better myself. That sounds like a business proposition. You know what I mean? That sounds like the business model. And it's exactly how I felt the longer I played. I was like, okay, this started off really fun, but the longer I play, the more shallow it feels.
It is?
Excellent comment, J-Dog. Jesus Christ, it's like looking in the mind of a complete simpleton.
Now insults came in. Too complicated, my guy's gonna have a seizure trying to comprehend the stats in PoE. Gold is worthless. Did he honestly never roll stats even on Sintiafar?
4 stats on an item is too complicated. It's not the amount of stats.
Yeah, not amount.
It's what they change.
Yep.
Right? I don't care about something like plus 420.69% overpowered damage to a vulnerable enemy at a distance on a Monday in the month of November while tap dancing.
While it's also raining, and while your mom is baking your favorite apple pie, and while this particular enemy is currently experiencing the troublesome nature of divorce and fighting for his kids with his demon divorcee wife.
I don't give a shit about a dumb stat like that, okay? I much prefer tangible bonuses like bonus chance to hit or crit, increased armor, strength, vitality, bonus move speed, mana, attack speed, 5% chance of finding magic gear, you know? I feel like this is done really well in Diablo 1 and 2 and WoW.
Maybe.
Also, side note, in Diablo 1 they have some really funny items like Tin Sword of Dyslexia, which gives you minus.
That is funny. Okay, that is funny.
That is funny. Obesity. You have to pay to identify items, by the way. So you can just you can get an item that's literally worthless. A lot of people pointed out that later areas of the map do have a base level. And in my review, I made it sound like you could go anywhere at level 1 and all the enemies would be at the same level. Technically, this isn't true. However,
Not
the way
true.
that I played the game, every single quest and piece of content
Sort of the middle between not true and true. It depends. It really depends. But yeah.
experienced was at my same level, so the point essentially still stands.
Yeah.
And then there was people saying I was over leveled for the campaign, which made no sense because
The campaign adjusts to your level. You are not able to be over leveled. I don't understand.
campaign was at my level. Like I didn't fucking grind the game. I would do side content and then some campaign missions, and I would just go back and forth.
Same.
You know, a very natural way to play, but
During the beta, I tried everything, and I was already doing much better than the game offered me. So I was basically speedrunning through the content. It doesn't take much effort to speedrun the content. It really doesn't.
somehow that made me over leveled without me even knowing it. Furthermore, even if you start a new character and want to go straight to Howitzer or whatever, there's no reason to, right? There are no incentives to go to these areas before you're at that level.
No.
You only go when the campaign takes you there.
No.
Right? In Dark Souls 1, you can go down to New Londo Ruins and grab a Firekeeper Soul. It's a nice early game strat. There's an incentive to go into an area that you're not supposed to be in yet.
Yep.
And that's the big difference. That's the type of world design I'm talking about. Like, if there were tougher dungeons in Fractured Peaks that offered players alluring rewards,
Yeah.
you know, those players might consider doing these tougher dungeons.
The more alluring if you want people with skill to be attracted to your games, very simply you must consider the fact that you must place some sort of items there that will be lucrative, just as lucrative to a person playing the game at level 1 as they would be to level, I'd say, 9 or more than that. Let's say it like this, yeah.
before they're at the same level for it. Like, that's the type of dynamic player choice I'm talking about. And level scaling.
It's really not that hard. And I know people are gonna say you never developed a game. I did actually. At least on a very small scale, and I can understand that a bigger scale has different issues to small scale. But still, on a small scale, a lot of similar problems are occurring. A lot of similar bullshit is occurring. Spaghetti code is spaghetti code. Fair enough. But and I'm not even like a coder, and I understand the spaghetti code is a spaghetti code. I was helping with editing and everything. It's very easy to implement a single item that would make an area much better than without that single item.
Just completely removes all of that. So I stand by all my points on how bad scaling is, but I wanted to clear up that technicality. I knew there was something fishy here. Played D1 and 2, but skipped 3. Now, how many times have we heard any of these D2 nostalgia crackheads have a sane argument about why D4 is bad, except for it isn't the same? Not once. I don't know, man. You kind of hit the nail right there. Like, they are crackheads because they've been playing the game for over 20 years. So if I were making a game where I wanted people to play a long time, that's the demographic
Hand pink
of
waving,
people I would
hand pink
consult
waving,
for
hand pink
input.
waving.
They are crackheads.
Hey, Riera. Welcome, Riera. First time seeing you here, by the way. Thank you for being my 66th concurrent viewer. So my stats are now officially 69. 6 viewers, 9 likes. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, like I already mentioned it before. It's very nice. It's like exactly they are people who you should be asking about, because if they play a game for 20 years, you would want them to play a game for 20 years.
On the floor, laughing, rolling.
You would want
the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing.
You'd think their opinions on
exactly.
content would matter most. You didn't actually put enough time or effort in the game to understand it. Overall, it's disappointing to see you post a review of a game you barely got into, then gave up and made a...
Barely got into. So 20 hours, so 30 hours is barely gotten into. Okay, cool. How much time will it take before these people drop the game? I'm willing to say a year, maybe less. They're gonna play it until they get bored of it, which inevitably will happen when another cool new shiny thing comes from another super big developer that for some reason guarantees its quality in people's eyes, and they will pre-order it, and they will realize the game is bad, but they will still stick to it because it's expensive as fuck to buy games. And if you say that it was not worth it to buy a game, that means you're a dumbass, and people don't want to admit that they were a dumbass for buying this game.
From 6 months and then drop it for the fall release.
Exactly.
A bad review. What piece of media?
Sunk cost is powerful.
Do you tell people you need to dump 30 hours into this before it gets good? What piece of media?
Games. That's the only piece of media people have the fucking audacity to tell you that you need to dump 50, 30, 60 hours into the game for it to get good. That is the only media people have the audacity to have that as a how do you say it, as a argument.
This is like saying you watched all of Dragon Ball and you barely got into Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
You didn't watch Z or GT. You know, it's just fucking stupid. Anyone who doesn't like Diablo 3 doesn't deserve to rate Diablo games. Anyone who doesn't like Wanda Gamelon doesn't deserve to rate Zelda games. It is not bad at all. You are just a tool. Damn, give it some time to add more. No, Rob Farr, they said this about Overwatch 2. No, you're false.
Yep, that's also the thing. People just get so invested into these things that they sit there and huff on copium that it will get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. And this is what it's coming. The roadmap. Even after fucking tens of like 20 games in the last 5 years said the roadmap and then did not execute on roadmap, people still look at roadmap and say, "Oh, roadmap."
Falling into their trap again. Robfar. Robfar, don't. Robfar, give me your other hand, Robfar. I can't hold you.
I can reach it.
Your channel is like that guy that goes into a party, stirs up a ruckus between everyone, and then leaves to the corner of the room to watch hell ensue and everyone argue while he eats chips enjoying himself. Good luck being that guy. Your takes have as much thought behind them as your blue and yellow swirly tattoo.
That's a good.
Definitely one of the best.
That's a good roast.
I've ever received. Allow me to counter with one of my own personal favorites, Danny Dome. It must have been a sad day when you slithered out of the abortion bucket.
I will also counter with my own thing. This is getting uncomfortable. How about you slid into something more comfortable, like a coma?
I disagree with a bunch of stuff you said in this video. Strength is meaningless in Diablo 2 as well. Strength literally increases your damage in Diablo 2.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
Yep.
I don't think there is a way to have an open world game like this where every single NPC has a meaningful backstory and dialogue. Then don't make the game open world.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you cannot make it meaningful, do not make it. Why is it so hard to fucking understand? If you do not want to make it meaningful, do not make it. Why? Blah, blah, blah.
That is pretty good though, NGL.
Not every single NPC. Of course, some are just going to be in the background. But like, Witcher 3, anybody? Anybody? Knights of the Old Republic?
Yes, that is the problem with an open world RPG.
If you cannot make an open world meaningful, do not make an open world. It will save you a lot of trouble, actually. It will save you a lot of trouble. It will save a lot of your developers a lot of crunch. And it might bring them some passion. Just because every Diablo was like a big game with big amount of demons and big locations does not mean not even every Diablo was. Diablo 1 was one town. I don't understand the obsession of sequels to become bigger. Like, what is the obsession with sequels and needing to make them bigger? Make them more refined, not bigger. Bigger does not always mean better.
Anyone?
And that's not an innuendo.
Anyone? People are not going to sit down and read the backstory of every single blacksmith in the game. Well, then don't fucking write it like it's a codex. Present it in an interesting way, maybe.
Exactly.
To a quest or something. Oh, I don't know. Level scaling seems like it's necessary for couch co-op. Getting rid of it probably does more harm than good. This is one thing I do want to point out, that it's cool that you can play Diablo 4 with someone in the same room. But if level scaling is necessary for couch co-op, then why is it turned on when I'm playing solo? Show me your NM 100 plus in hardcore and Uber in hardcore, then we talk. If not, your opinion is suck.
Why do I have to have a recorded evidence of me playing the game on a certain level for my opinion to matter? Why don't you show me Lethan? Why don't you show me anything that would make me believe the game is good? I'm gonna turn it around on you. Why don't you show me or him anything about the game that is good? Why don't you explain it to us, please?
There are quite a few comments of people saying, well, if it's so easy, why didn't you play hardcore? Okay, you're conflating difficulty with...
Difficult is not punishing.
Punishment. There's no fundamental difference between playing normal and hardcore. The only difference is that if you fuck up, you can't play that character anymore. It's not more challenging, it's more punishing.
Bigger is easier to quantify. You can show your non-gamer manager 2,000 more units of map, but it's harder to demonstrate the increase in quality.
True. Still, that's dumb. I feel like Diablo 4 is also proving itself to be made by people who do not play games. With the fact, I watched the recent video of Diablo 4 game developers playing the game. I watched it, right? It was a disaster. I played beta alone, and I know more about the fucking game, the developers who play the game. Developers of the game know less about the game than me. That should say enough about the product quality. That says enough, pretty much. Then you have a situation with like a person with the Final Fantasy 16 right? Where a developer sat down and played the boss on a hardest difficulty on the map, where he proceeded to parry everything and do everything perfectly because he actually knows how to play the fucking game he designed. What a innovative concept, isn't it?
Thing you complain about is being online constantly. Just another offline cheater trying to mod and hack their
That's such a fucking stupid argument.
game. What the fuck? Sounds like this is his first Diablo game. So many players who have no idea how a Diablo game works complaining to get it changed. Yeah, D4 was my first Diablo.
First Diablo game.
These ones don't exist.
Don't exist, no.
Dang, that's a very strong opinion coming from someone with 0 Diablo videos on a sponsored video for a trending topic. But surely you made it to endgame?
Surely.
Can I post a video of your level 100? Do you have to post gameplay videos before you can critique a game? You should have tried Necromancer. The moment I realized I'm stuck with 6 skill slots and 2 of them are to summon, it made me really lose interest in the game. I heard that. Is that true? Did Necromancers have to sacrifice 2 slots for...
It is true. It is true. That it didn't feel good to play. I did like the minions, honestly, I did, but it didn't feel good to play, really, on the long term, because necromancers have less abilities that they can actively use. Most of the time, you just kind of vibe there and watch your minions slowly and painfully kill everything. They aren't even that strong, really.
For like skeletons and golems? That sounds really fucking dumb. My problem with Diablo 4 is everywhere I go, I hear season this, that, and the other. But it's all hurry up, get the map open, get the statues, get the waypoints, the skill points, get the points, get the things. Hurry up, season 1 is coming. Go, go, go. Keep playing, keep playing.
Yep.
Only to find out if you want anything out of seasons, you make a new character, start your game progress all over, and haul ass through the seasonal content before the next season comes out every 3 months. Want to know why the design is the way it is? Diversity.
That's stupid. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what or who the developer is. If they suck at their job, they're gonna suck at their job, regardless of what exactly they are. Even if the game is produced by a fucking attacking helicopter, if the game is bad, I will call them a bad dev.
I think that's the last reason why the design is the way it is. Diablo 4 is actually a woke, propagandized mess. Subtle hints at progressive ideology litter every scene.
I'm so tired of people on the internet making everything about fucking politics. I'm so fucking tired of people doing that. Yeah, sure, because She-Hulk were so good outside of the politics. Sure. Yeah, sure, because this was so good outside of the politics or something. Like, sure. Yeah, it's like it's so amazing. Oh my god.
That was true about comics 5 years ago.
Comics is a different thing, right? Because
the problem with recent media is just that it isn't so good.
Yeah, it just isn't that good. Doesn't really matter if it's politics or not politics. It's not good. That's the problem with current media. It's not good. It's made with design. It's made with design choices to incentivize purchasing, to incentivize spending, wasting money and time, incentivize actually doing it, treating it as a second job and not having fun. That is why it's not fun, because it's not designed to have fun. It's designed with addictive psychological tricks in mind. That's why it's bad. Not because of diversity hiring. What the fuck is this?
I think that's going to do it for today. We saw some good takes, some bad takes, some truly unhinged takes. We saw a lot of gatekeeping, a lot of people coping, agreeing with me that
that is a lot of cope. That is a lot of cope.
It's okay. Well, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments
That is
below.
so much fucking cope. I can't even.
For more awesome content. Don't forget to check out Naraka Blade Point using the link in the description and pinned comment. All right, everyone, that's all I got.
I should say, it is designed to be mediocre. Stuff used to be either really bad or really good. Now everything is just kind of the same.
Yeah, that's... That is very fair.
Let hilariously bad stuff, but no really good stuff either.
Yep, that's very fair.